Well, Mother's Day is May 9th, and to make my Mother's Day card, I'm going to use those flowers that I pressed a couple days ago, and I hope you remember. But if not, you can go ahead and watch that video again. It should definitely be up by now. But anyways, here they are, beautiful pressed flowers, and it's a really simple Mother's Day card, and you may as well make one for Mom. She'll like it a lot more than something store-bought because you of course made it. So it's a simple, easy card. It's not hard at all. So you start out with a blank card, and this is one of my favorite cards. It's a 6.5 by 5.5 inch card once it's folded up, and it's pre-scored, available at Michael's. I'm sure you've heard me talk about these cards before, but I love them so much. They're a really great size. And then you need a piece of cardstock, and this is 6 inches by 4 inches, and this is actually leftover cardstock from my new arrival cards. Don't let anything go to waste. You may as well use it. So this will just fit right over the card very simply, and then I have my Happy Mother's Day stamp, but I wanted to make a pot for all the flowers to go in, so I'm just going to draw that on a little piece of white cardstock. And it's really simple. I want about a 1-inch vase or pot, whichever you choose. I think I'll do a pot actually, for my flowers to be coming out of. So I'll just keep in mind that I want about 1 inch, and I'll just freehand the shape of a pot. And it looks like this will be about 1.25 inches long and 1 inch high. So I'm just going to outline it in a dark red, and then I'm going to go in with an orange colored pencil, and this is a colored pencil, by the way. You can do this with crayon. Crayon and colored pencils are really the best. I don't like markers so much, but if you're really great with markers, go ahead and use them. So this is an orange color. It's lighter than the red, and I'm just going to go ahead and fill in the pot. And then going one way, and then I'm going to go the next way to kind of give it a little bit of texture. So next, and that's really simple. You don't have to really go crazy with the pot. It's just something for the flowers to be coming out of, kind of a vessel. And it's also a separate piece of paper, so it'll give texture to the card. And then you're just going to cut this out with an X-Acto knife. Just follow the outline of your pot. And you can pop that right out. So it's a good idea, actually. It's important that when you're working with an X-Acto knife, you could cut this out with scissors, of course, but when you're working with an X-Acto knife, you have to make sure and protect your surface. This is a self-healing cutting mat, and it's the Martha Stewart craft line. I love that line so much. But here is our pot for the flowers to come out with, and I'm just going to go ahead and attach this piece of blue cardstock right to the card, just with a couple dots of glue, one on each corner. Make sure your card is going to open up the right way. Okay. And then next I'm just going to go ahead and put the pot. But actually first I'm going to make a mark. I'm going to an indication of where I want to place this pot. So let's say I'm going to put my Mother's Day stamp at the bottom of the card. Just put that right there to help me get an idea. And I'm going to put the pot right here. So I'll just make a mark very lightly with this green colored pencil right where I want the pot to be. So, and this is also centered. I know that the pot is going to be centered right around there. So next you just need to draw a couple stems for your flowers to be growing from. So I think I'll do 3. Just good strong lines, kind of curved. And that's all you have to worry about, just 3. A long one in the middle and 2 shorter ones on each side. Then you can go ahead and put your little pot. And you can make sure and hide that mark with the top of the pot. So, almost done. Very simple. Next you're just going to go ahead and stamp the Happy Mother's Day stamp. And if you don't have one of these, you could write it. It would be really nice in your best handwriting, of course. So just centered right at the bottom. Happy Mother's Day. And then the flowers. And I want this to be an orchid card. Some of my favorites. And oh yes, this will look very good. I like that. I think I want this one. So make sure that this is an acid-free glue. You don't want it to be dissolving the flowers. I'm sure your mom is going to really want to keep this one. So then I'm going to choose 2 smaller hydrangea. To go, actually, you know what? I think I'm going to use this other orchid first. Now, if your pressed flowers are kind of stuck to the paper, you don't want to rip them off. You want to use a tool, something thin. This is my Cricut spatula. I'm just going to slide it underneath and kind of displace it. But if you don't have one of these, and I can understand if you don't, a piece of cardstock works just as well. You can kind of slide it underneath and work away with the edge of the cardstock, just in case you don't have a spatula. So this one's perfectly ready to go. Put that one right up here. And then one smaller one, maybe this African violet, would be just perfect. I think I want a hydrangea. That'll be even better. Oops, be very careful. I just broke a flower. Now these pressed flowers last quite a long time. These hydrangea I didn't press in the last video. I actually pressed these about 2 years ago, and I press flowers and collect them for crafts like this. They come in so handy. There. And you will have a Mother's Day card that I think any mom would be delighted to get. I hope my mom is. One last tip though, if you are using pressed flowers, when you send this in the mail or when you put this in the envelope to give to mom, make sure you put a little piece of paper right over the flowers and then go ahead and insert it right into the envelope. So that way none of the flowers are accidentally caught on the edge of the envelope when you're putting it in. But make sure you don't put this piece of paper on until after the glue is dried. You don't want to stick this to the card and hide those beautiful flowers. But there you go. There you have it. An easy, beautiful Mother's Day card. And it's something I'm really happy to give to my mom.